huge change.
Ah, I see.
I don't know if you know it, but because you're
I know what
like
it
you're in
is.
the,
I know what it is, but I haven't. I don't get affected by it, obviously.
yeah, but because offlane's a high demand role, I swear, I mean like maybe 20-30% of the games were my fault. I'll take that, but like every offlane I got when it changed was so bad, like straight feeding. And then I just started a queue offlane, which I used to play a lot again, like 1-3, and I just instantly went back up. I
So are we
literally lost
coaching
my immortal
on
rating.
carry or offlane today?
I think I might just go offlane since I've been playing it a bunch.
Okay.
Let me see. Maybe I'll try to do a game that I played with my brother. It's
What's the MMR looking like now?
like 5.7. I
Okay.
mean, a month ago I was 6.3 or 2 months ago. So, but I
Rough.
went down to like basically 5.2. I lost my immortal rating and then I got it
Oof.
back.
Okay. Yeah,
It's so brutal.
that is pretty
And
brutal.
I've been just kind of spamming like Phoenix and Night Stalker offlane.
Okay.
And I've been honestly doing work
Would
with
you say you've
Phoenix.
been playing all day and night?
Not all day and night, but I've been playing a good amount.
I just made a
Let's
joke
see.
that you were playing Phoenix and Night Stalker. I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm very
Here,
proud of that one.
I'll just do this game. It's on my Smurf account, but because my brother, I can't queue with my brother anymore
Yeah, we
and
told
my
me
other
about that.
friends. Um, so I'll just show you a game we played together. Um, let me get the match ID. Why it's not letting me copy it? Oh, it's because I'm downloading it here. And then maybe I'll just take his perspective for him, since he's not here. I was planning on doing it as a joint session, but he just got a new job actually, and started last week. And it turns out he has to go into the office on Mondays, which he's not used to. He's like 3 days a week
Oof.
kind of guy. Yeah, so
We
I
can give him
felt
some
bad about.
tips if you'd like me to. I
Yeah,
can distribute them
exactly,
between the two of
exactly.
you.
I'll just do that on his part.
Sure. Which hero are you, Phoenix?
I slap you, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And he's
because honestly, I
the
don't know
Wind
why,
Ranger,
but
or what's he?
he's Wind Ranger.
I
I
remember
swear,
him being lower than Divine. Is that true, or did he climb a lot?
if he's in the negative percent, it doesn't work. So if he's like one game below Divine technically, but then lose the medal, I can't get with him. And then my other buddy, who's the Witch Doctor, I definitely can. He's ancient too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you want me to watch you first and come back to your brother later, or what?
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that.
Okay. What made you choose Phoenix and Night Stalker? What do you like about these heroes?
They're just like very aggressive heroes, and I feel like Phoenix does so much damage, but the weakness is doesn't have like a big stun, so like I try to get my 4 to pick like Clock or Spirit Breaker or like a Chrono. So sometimes if team's not cooperating and I pick it early, not great. But if I get the right team around me, I'm usually pretty good, even if I have a bad start. Like just so strong early. And my level one on Phoenix is pretty trash.
Yeah,
Like
Phoenix
you
is a
really
level
need
3
2
hero.
and
Yep.
3. Level 3 is like where you really start popping off.
Yeah. I don't play a ton of Phoenix, but it's a hero I feel like I know more than I couldn't execute it, but I know how the hero works really well.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's a hero that I was losing to a lot at one point in my Dota career, so I had to learn a lot about it, otherwise I just kept losing.
Yeah, he actually pumps damage early,
Yeah,
like so
pretty good.
much. Can't last hit.
Yeah, nobody saw that, don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like basically a master. I'm like level 24 on my main Phoenix. And I don't know why, but me and my brother like don't have a great win rate together. On this account it's like 55%, but on my main account it's like 45. And like we're always communicating. We're probably not doing the best job, but I just don't know why.
Yeah, I would have, in that regard, it'd probably help if he was here. But
Yeah.
all good. I'll watch what I'm seeing, and I'll ask you as best I can to get the perspective of what's happening in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not too many noticeable things right now in the laning phase.
Nah, my laning phase on Phoenix is usually pretty good. Sometimes I mess up like level 1, but yeah. My brother was bugging. He was like, no one's TPing. I probably should have TP'd there.
Nah, I mean, you're level 5 farming at double stack. You're winning your lane against Weaver.
It's true, yeah.
I wouldn't be TPing there. So I'm gonna quickly watch your brother's laning phase, if that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have any serious tips for you right now. Is he not playing support? Was I misremembering who this was?
No, he did mid with this session.
What heroes was he? I feel like I'm forgetting which one he is.
He was OD, or he might have been OD, or he might have been no, he's Void Spirit, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. Real quick, spare me here. What's his name on Discord?
Jftunkle.
Jungle?
Yeah.
Let me just look at the notes I gave him so I have a better idea of this, because it was solid 2 months ago.
Yeah, it might have been like a month ago or something like that.
It was 2 months ago. Oh wait, no, it was a month ago. It was a month ago. You're right.
Yeah, no, because yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was a month ago.
Might have been like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Your session was longer ago. Okay.
Like we ended up winning this game, but I know he struggled in the start, and this start was good. He was a like divine smurf. He was probably some like low immortal player like me. He was good though. Like there, should he power shot the wave and get the 2 creeps, or should he save it for the ranger?
At what point were you wanting him to power shot?
I forgot. I might. I think it. I don't know.
I wouldn't have power shot it there.
There. No, I wasn't there. I think it was the next wave. I think it was this one. Yeah, and that's. Yeah, you should not do that. Oh, maybe.
None of what I'm watching here is like egregious.
Yeah, it's true.
So in this case, I would have definitely set up a power shot. I would have probably seen this coming. Where is it here? So in this case, if I were him, I would probably defensive aggro the creeps into my range, because I have win run, so I'm not too afraid to like walk up. I would aggro these into my range and then pull them into my tower before he's like able to dive me, so that I'm not getting pushed into tower. Like he's trying to hit the guy, but now what's happening is it's like building up the wave, and now he's like stuck in her tower. So his other option was like power shot right now. and like minimize this wave. But since the wave is so big, and he ends up getting a decent amount of the CS, like these last two, but he's like now fighting for every CS under tower, which feels really bad. I would have 100%, if I had not power shotted yet, I would power shot right here. I would have walked like up here, and then been ready to power shot him if he came towards me. I wouldn't have been fighting him for those two CS, that's for sure. Okay, so this win run to get the rune is a bit... feels awkward, because now he can get ran at. Yeah. I wonder if the Shackle Shot point was worth it, because I don't know what he's intending to do with the point in Shackle Shot. I feel like I need all of my mana to spam power shots, and I need all of my mana to get win run, so... I probably would not have leveled Shackle Shot here. I don't think it's really serving him much of a purpose without the other facet. It's mainly just the 70 mana cost. I don't think you have the luxury to use it.
Yeah, and we had a big debate before the game if we should go the other facet or kill shot this game.
I'm fine with whatever facet he takes. I just think with this facet, I would not have gone a point in Shackle.
Gotcha. Yeah. My point was that they have all ranged heroes, and like Underlord's basically a ranged hero. Or he's melee casting at distance. I was like, you're not going to get a lot of tangles this game, so it's not like you're playing an illusion hero. So
I guess my question is why he went Blade of Attack, or Blade of Alacrity.
I guess he's just rushing Diffusal. Yeah, I probably would have gotten Treads.
Yeah, I would have gone like full upgraded wand. I would have gone a Glove of Haste. I would have potentially considered an Old Talisman to spam power shot. Like, these are just options. I'm not saying that he has to go them, but like, I can just say that this looks terrible.
Yeah, it's like very greedy. He's going for the level 6 kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not how Dota works. Dota's all about little power spikes here and there, making sure you're accounting for everything. I mean, like, he's getting dove under his tier 2 tower, and whenever this is happening to me in any of my games, I ask myself, are my items saying that I'm prepared for this to happen? And I would just look at his items and say, no.
Yeah, this is like super easy lane, but you can't kill the guy type of items.
Yeah, I mean, the major... It's kind of like a... This is like the equivalent of a carry going no boots Battle Fury. It's like, yeah, your Battle Fury timing might come out a bit earlier, but you probably lost your tower. You probably get Treads Battle Fury later than you would get... Like, you get Battle Fury Treads later than you'd get Treads Battle Fury. I mean, Dota's all about how do you balance small items versus big timings. And yeah, I mean, he's going for a big timing, and I don't even think Diffusal Wind Ranger's like some insane timing. I think this is kind of just super gimmicky what he's doing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking that if I have Treads, I don't even have to level my ulti yet, because I haven't even, like, had a point to use it. So I would be 0-3-2. I would not be using this yet. I'd be holding the skill point, and there I probably would have put my third point in win run. I'm just thinking, like, situationally adjusting to the game.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting that you tell me he's, like, calling to, like, why am I not getting helped? And, like, my first question I always ask is, did I do something to end up in this scenario? I think that's, like, a really important thing to do. And... you know, that's obviously not his first reaction. I think most people get really frustrated when they're getting dove.
Yeah, like here.
Yeah.
He's bugging.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be a bit less sympathetic since he's not here, or, like, empathetic, but, like, yeah, you kind of just brought this upon yourself with these items. I would have full wand, stat item, Treads, and this wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, not as easily.
You kind of clean up for him here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then... yeah, I would just want to know his perspective on what he thinks is so powerful about this timing, and, like, has it worked for him before? Is that why he's doing it? I don't know what his reasoning is. Whenever, if I'm you, and I'm encouraging you to have better communication, or, like, have maybe a better win rate together, I think the most important thing for you to do here is for you to have him explain to you what his vision of this game is. and compare it to
Yeah,
like what's happened in the game.
true.
Because as the higher MMR player, it's not our job to tell people what to do. I think it's our job to help them understand better what they're doing. So it's not even like our job to say what you're doing is stupid. It's like what you're doing, like for what the way, though, I want to be clear that most of the stuff that a higher MMR player in comparison will see to a lower MMR player in any, like whatever the gap may be, is we're going to look at your items, we're going to look at your skill builds, and there's just stuff we see that doesn't make sense to us. And I'm sure you're looking at this and it doesn't make sense to you. I'm guessing. Is that about how you
Yeah,
feel?
yeah. I kind of was like not paying attention to his build. Honestly, I should.
But I'm just saying,
Um,
like, not during the game. That's not your job. But like, I'm saying that I think you two would benefit a lot if you like what I've been trying to advocate for in like the community I'm building and stuff like this is that so much can be accomplished if like 1 out of 5 of our games is spent with a 5-minute pregame discussion and a 10 to 15-minute postgame discussion. And you just like add this to like 1 out of 5 games. And you just say, this game, we're going to be really intentional about like making sure we're on the same page, how we understand what's going on in this game. We're going to like talk about like what's your build going to be. Like this is pregame. Like while the draft is being formed, you're like, I'm going to go, something along the lines of Spirit Vessel or, rough idea. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to follow it exactly. And he's going to say something like, I'm going to rush Diffusal. And you're going to be like, what? And then
it's true.
you're just going to let him do that, though. You'll be like, oh, like, what's your idea behind rushing Diffusal? And then he's going to tell you that idea, and you're not going to understand, meaning, like, you're not going to agree with it, but let him play the game. It's not your job to tell him how to play the game, but it's your job to help him at the end of the game. I mean, it's your job if you want to help him, right? But he's your brother, so I assume to some degree you want to help him.
He takes feedback.
Yeah, I remember
Like
that.
we usually discuss.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that in this session. And I'm thinking that like he'll tell you before the game, I'm gonna rush Diffusal, and you're like, okay, like what's the idea behind that? He's gonna tell you some idea. You don't have to figure out exactly, but just ask him what's the idea behind it. And then what's gonna happen is hopefully it would spur a post game discussion of what happens when you rush big items and you're getting aggressive, like they're being really aggressive on you, and like the whole balance of small items versus big items and like understanding matchups and stuff. It's like in hindsight, I would hope his takeaway from this game is that I have to go stat items and treads in order to lane against Slardar as Wind Ranger, and most likely in most Wind Ranger lanes, I can't afford to do this.
yeah,
And it's okay if he makes this type of judgment call mistake once, but if he's making it continuously, that might be the issue.
yeah.
Right, so he went for what did he do here?
He stunned too early, and then
Yeah, that's funny.
he got ulted by
Yeah,
CM.
that's funny. Okay, let's watch. Let's go back to you for a second. So yeah, you're far. You're chilling bottom. I stand by you that you're not supposed to TP. You weren't level 6 yet. You had a triple stack big camp that you had already lowered to half. You're literally giving that to Weaver if you leave. You go get this kill, and I mean this is just you cleaning up. I mean, you said this is your ultimate account, so I assume you're gonna do better than average.
Yeah, I kind of dominated the early game, and then late game I was more like just a team fight help. Some games I get like a million kills with Phoenix, but this game with the Maledict and the power shot, I kind of just didn't get a kill after mid game. I just got like a million assists.
Part of my notes on his session, and I vaguely remember talking about this, is that where was it here? Where is it? Where is it?
He has the Kobe icon.
Yeah, no, I'm literally looking at them.
Yeah.
I thought I was. Am I crazy?
I remember it was like he was giving some tips about farming, like how deep can I farm a wave, have my conscience about it.
Yeah, I mean, I just sworn I just read the notes. Maybe I'm fucking crazy. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. I just wasted 30 seconds worth.
Fine.
In my like brief opinion watching this game, he's getting too creative. And it's something that I see often with lower MMR players playing with higher MMR players. They're like doing fancy shit. And for me, what I mean by creative is like just go treads null, kill this camp every minute, occasionally rotate with a rune, defend your tower and farm, and take part in team fights. Like that's like going for solo kills on Crystal Maiden, rushing a defusal. These are like this is like what I just call fancy shit. Like it's just you're kind of skipping the basics.
Yeah, he's playing hero ball a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, you go Vestal. You're dealing with Veno. So if I'm you, I would have definitely left this lane a while ago, unless we're doing some shit like this. Basically, I would have called for a bunch of people to come to this lane like this, or I would have gone top, I think. If I were you, I would just... I don't like walking into Venomancer. It always feels like a big waste of my time. Like, you're super strong on the map right now.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to see you move around with this. So, like, you're kind of ramming your head into a wall here. And... okay, they end up diving you and you kill them, okay?
Yeah, but that's just because they're idiots.
Basically.
Yeah. I remember saying, I was like, yeah, you never dive a Phoenix.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I'm watching you in Offlane, I feel what's lacking is casual movements on the map. Like, you're kind of just standing here a lot. Like, you're really strong. You get your Spirit Vessel, like, coming, like, right now.
Yeah.
Like, right around now, where I'd be like, okay, what move can we make? We have Spirit Vessel. You're gonna buy it eventually.
Tower, but it's just not going anywhere.
Yeah, you seem like... correct me if I'm wrong. You seem like the offlaner that stays in your lane until you take the tower.
Pretty much.
Okay. So, that would make sense that... yeah, Venomancer is one of the few heroes in the game that's just almost impossible to push into. You either have to, like, bring resources to kill the building, or you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
So, what I'm thinking is that you are responding to stuff that's happening in the game, but you're not creating stuff that is happening in the game. So, like, for me, I would have loved just push this lane in and just walk over here and go through the gate. Link up with your Wind Ranger. His ult's coming off in a bit. There's, like, a Underlord that's super low up here. What I'm thinking here is I would hope you can detect that this feels like you're ramming your face into a wall.
Yeah,
like,
you're kind of right. Even though I have a catapult, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's just like get the farm and get out. Like you're not actually creating pressure here. That's like what I'm thinking about. So I would have wanted you to think, yeah, I'm not creating pressure anywhere, and I'm pretty strong, so I'm just gonna go somewhere else. And in Dota, it's so easy to go somewhere else now because the gate's 30 mana, and you know there is somewhere immediately in your like I would have killed this camp, pushed the wave, and then gone somewhere else. And that's basically what you did, but you didn't go somewhere else.
Sitting here hitting wards.
Yeah, I mean, you've been hitting wards for 80% of the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like, oh, there's a solo support here. That as soon as I get my Q, he's dead. I could have went top instead and tried to make a move that might have been more impactful.
One thing I've noticed a lot about... I wouldn't say noticed a lot about. One thing I see often that I find I have to describe in coaching sessions, and I'm at this point where I don't know exactly how to describe it, is I just call them casual moves. Like, it requires this... You know, I remember coaching you and thinking you're more of a vibes guy, because you were the Naga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were more of a vibes guy, and I was trying to talk to you about, like, I remember you love to farm it up and get 6 slotted, and we talked about things you can do that effectively makes you more present on the map as a carry player while you're still farming it up. Like, I'm not telling you not to farm it up. And I'm thinking as off lane, it's very similar, but you're also looking to apply pressure while you're farming. So I think the main question I would have for you to ask yourself is, like, when I am strong, is my farming creating any sort of pressure? Because it was a moment where you had egg, you were strong, you were full HP, and you're just hitting Venom wards, you know? And obviously a team fight ends up happening and coming to you, but that's more, like we said, the enemy kind of just delivering that to you rather than anything else. So, like, right here, your team all came to you. I would see this, and I would want you to, like, go mid and push this in. Like, TP mid, push this in, because this is already farmed and stuff. Over here, you're not participating in this. So, like, I would
Yeah.
TP mid right now, push this in. Maybe then I'm going to farm here until my ult's back up. I probably land up here by the time that this is back up. Or maybe I do this and come back here. That's, like, the two options I see for farming patterns. But yeah, I think you're, like... I really don't like that instead of occupying lanes proactively, like you saw I'm done down here and I'm going to go here and take this lane. Like, you could know that 30 seconds ago. Instead, we're, like, seeing a lane die underneath tier 2 tower, and even though you don't have ult, you can still be very strong on the map, you know? Like,
Oh yeah.
you farm fast,
100%.
you're
At this
tanky.
point in the game, I can kill a lot of people.
Yeah, you're very strong. So,
Yeah.
you end
If
up
they don't
going...
have a silence, they're pretty much not going to kill me unless I get, like, 3-man.
Yeah, what I would have loved is, like, instead of you being in the smoke, you were here, and then you were doing this, and then this fight happens, and you go, like, here. If the fight ends up breaking out. So you were, like, farming your whole way there. You're literally playing like a carry, but that's just what offlane is nowadays, is a high-pressure carry.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm pretty good at it, honestly.
Yeah, it's not too
definitely
different. Just different heroes and different way to do the same thing. So you're going to clear that way. Okay, you're going back to kill the guy. Okay.
I got nervous. I probably didn't have to.
Yeah, it's understandable, though. You were amped and everything. You died to, like, any spray attack.
Yeah, I was like, if he gets one bash, I might just be cooked. But whatever.
What's interesting to me is that you used ulti, so you're not strong, and then they're all missing here, and you're, like, just farming on top of the wave. Like, I see this, and I'm like, huh, I'm a bit scared right now. Unless you're purposely baiting.
Just don't think they can really kill me that easy, especially with the support there. And they're like, I'll come in top. So I was just like, all right, go on me if you want. Good luck with that.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I shouldn't have farmed that way. Mistake.
It's really interesting because out of all of this...
Or I should have been way more defensive. Should have just gotten out early. I just stuck around because I was like, oh, I have egg. No.
I think your biggest... Like, what I'm seeing in your gameplay is I don't actually know how to coach this. You're staying in the lane. You're too content to stay in the exact same spot. Like,
yeah.
you get the lane pushed in, and even though there's nothing to do there, you wait for the next wave instead of, like, running somewhere else and maybe getting a play and then resuming what you were doing. There's no, like... I
feel like sometimes I end up in, like, wasting time, like, walking places when... And then I get caught out in, like, no man's land. There's, like, nowhere to TP to. Things kind of slow. So...
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm really hard to kill at that point of the game, and, like, they're having a lot of issues with me. Like, they're just throwing bodies at me, trying to get me out of there. So I know what you're saying, like, trying to, you know, make, like, casual plays, like walk places when I'm, like, when the wave's done and stuff. But, like, sometimes, like, one of my weaknesses is, like, I get caught in, like, a no man's land, like, where nowhere to TP, and I just don't end up joining my team for fights. You know, so...
Yeah, I mean, I can see the possible negative impact. The way I look at your type of approach, it makes sense. And I always look at those approaches and I say they're hard capped because you will make less mistakes this way, but you're missing out on so many potentials that are really hard for
Yeah,
me
you're
as a
right.
coach to like quantify. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like if I did a move, I could miss two waves, but I could end up doing well in a team fight that creates more space. You
I
know.
mean, a lot of this. Okay, so like when I'm so when I'm like training people to like look around the map or like CS better, and I'm now talking to them about positioning, and then they come back and they're trying to CS while looking around the map and positioning. They're gonna fuck things up, right? Like because they're busy looking around the map, they're busy worrying about their positioning. They're not gonna get as many CS as they used to now that they're worried about their positioning. And
Yeah.
your map movements, I'm trying to portray that you're doing the equivalent with map movements where rather than missing CS because of your map movements, if you try to move around the map more, you're naturally going to like put yourself in random ass places that are not good sometimes. Like
Yeah.
that's just going to happen. And so it's kind of like me telling somebody to look around the map more. And then in the midst of looking around the map, they start missing CS and they're like, I don't want to miss CS anymore. So I'm going to stop looking around the map. That's,
Yeah.
that's my
I
best
kind of
analogy
agree with
for what
you.
I feel like you're doing. Say it again.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Okay. So I really think that I'm doing a little bit of armchair psychology here because this is just my experience is that when I play lower MMR games in the past, like I did used to play with friends a lot and stuff, I felt like I had to play more stable, more safe in order to win games. And
I
so
agree with you.
this could very well be like conditioned into you as like what you need to do to like try to win with your brother, perhaps.
Yeah, it's
Um
like when I played a couple games when I was playing Naga with them, and it just went horribly because the other four are just not great at just giving space. You know what I mean? Even if I'm
yeah.
applying pressure, it's like they're bugging out about me joining too early. It's like messing on my flow a lot of times.
Okay,
You know.
so I
So
got you.
I think you do better with more active heroes. I can make an impact early. Honestly, when I'm playing in these mixed lobbies, because like when I play a greedy carry, it's it's really risky for them to like assume that they're gonna give me space like I would in my solo queue games. I
Hmm.
play in a mortal lobby, like they know I'm not gonna, or like I'm like kind of like an AM. I'm just not gonna be great for like 25 minutes. Like let's be honest. Like I can come in and song and do a net, like whatever, but I'm not actually like a big threat for a bit.
Do you feel
You
like
know,
pressured to carry your games when you play these?
I mean, I don't know about to carry these games because I honestly don't queue carry a lot when I play with them,
Not
just
carry,
because.
but like take over the game. Like actually like
Yeah, at
carry the
least
game.
early, I feel like because I don't know. Sometimes in these mixed lobbies, like the laning phase can go so wrong.
Yeah.
When there's like a shit core against like a good support and they just are getting ruined. So I found that playing someone like a Phoenix or a Night Stalker that can apply a lot of pressure early, like just really helps the lower tier players on my team out rather than me relying on them to enable my game. You know.
Okay. I'm gonna relate to you for a second, and it may not relate, but I want to talk about a problem I ran into like 2, 3 months ago, and it might relate to you. So what happened was I was coaching people, like I was really getting into the swing of getting full-time coaching again. Like I hadn't been doing that for a little while. I've been like part-time coaching, but not full-time. And I was getting into the swing of things. And a lot of my students were like 500 to 2K. And so when you're in that bracket, most of the feedback I'm going to give you is here's like the rigid play style you need to have to be efficient with the fundamentals of Dota 2. And it's a lot about like muscle memory, straight up just like repeating the same thing and not getting too fancy about it. So I have a lot of these sessions, especially even recently, where I even have people who've been watching my content for a really long time and they try to do super fancy shit. They're like 1700 MMR, and I'm like, I just need you to get range creeps. You know, that was my last session, and I'm not trying to like
Yeah.
bash that person. I'm saying like that sort of thing happens. So what happened
Yeah.
was my coaching sessions were me telling people do this, do this, do this, do this, like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I noticed in my games, I was becoming more of a robot. And obviously, the approach I'm telling you that will climb you out of 1500 doesn't work at 11k MMR. Like, that doesn't fucking work, right? Like, you were saying, like, I can pick these heroes, I can do this in my games, and that's not going to work here, right? So I was giving tips, and I was literally subconsciously kind of feeling like I have to do these things because that's what I'm telling other people to do. When in reality, the advice to a 1700 MMR player is not actually what I would do in my games, because if I tried to teach him what I'm doing in my games, it ain't gonna fucking work. Also, because
Yeah.
the people in his games aren't gonna like they're not gonna work with him on that. I can't tell him to pick Naga and go split push. Like you said, it's like it's a different game, you know? Um so I'm just saying, when you're ending up in these like when you're playing sometimes on your own and sometimes in a party queue stack, there is this dynamic as a higher MMR player where you're like, I have to adjust my play to you guys. And that's not us me shitting on you or saying like, you know, oh, it's like I'm playing with the plebs. But it's like it is real though. Like, you do have to adjust to what the game dynamic is. And so I feel like part of, or before I let you chime in, I if I could guess, like, we can only establish so much. It seems like both you and your brother really care a lot about playing together. And so, like, I think it's more common when people care more about playing with somebody that, like, things just get left unsaid, because that for me, most miscommunication is just things not left unsaid. But I think it's really important that he understands that this is your perspective and you have to change this stuff. And it doesn't exactly feel good, but that you're going to try to work on being more fluent around the map, and you might miss some fights because of that. And you're not trying to, but you might miss some fights. And it's also his job to, I would say, talk to you about his builds before some of the games and get some feedback from you so that he's actually improving in, like, from you. Like, he's utilizing basically the the asset that he has of having like a higher MMR brother that plays with him. And so
Yeah. And I'm very involved when it comes to drafting, but I should, you're right, be more involved when it comes to the builds too, like especially early. Because like late game, we're pretty good at itemizing. It's just getting off to like a good start that's sometimes a little questionable. Like once he's like has his two main items, like I know he's probably gonna pick the right, or usually the right thing. Like we're usually good at picking, discussing like big item choices, but we're not just good at discussing like small item choices. So I think you're right about that, and that can really impact how well the laning phase can go for you.
and have you ever watched like the streamers play against like an open qualifier against like 5Ks? Have you ever seen this?
No,
I mean, what happens, right? The game's like fucking over in 10 minutes.
yeah,
Like, and it's not meant to like shit on 5Ks. I'm just saying that like the laning stage is, there's very little do your own thing in the laning stage. Like, the laning stage is so much like fundamentals, mechanics, understanding of pull camps, little nuances, and just eking out every advantage because it snowballs very quickly. While late game and mid game, people really get to flourish with their own play styles and item builds, and you can get away with a lot more because you have 4 items at that point and you have more tools to work with. But in the early game, you're very limited. So any little mistake you make is going to compound like really hard. And so as a high MMR player, you're already talking about higher like than the people you're playing with. It's like you're already talking about, yeah, like I feel the need to carry through the laning phase. And I get that. So like you said, working with them a bit more, him especially on the early game stuff. And then yeah, let it, like, the worst thing you can do is try to control his game entirely. So having a conversation with him saying like, "Hey man, we're going to like actively work on you getting off the ground in the first like 10-15 minutes, and then I'm just going to like let you play your hero from there. Like, I'm not going to, like, we're just going to vibe for like the rest of the game and enjoy it." Does that, you know what I mean?
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And
And
then
that's,
and
go
then
ahead.
let's um I agree. Um now let's get to like the mid or late game part because I kind of slowed down a little bit and maybe I'm doing something wrong. Um, I noticed, especially with Phoenix, when I play my solo games, they're so much better about protecting the egg. I can be a little more aggressive. In the lower brackets, they just kind of let it be there. And they're like, oh, you're off on your own. There's an egg down. Like, in my lobbies, like, everyone's going full in when I put egg down, just to protect it. Like, stunning under egg, you know, whatever they can to ensure it pops and, like, that they're doing damage there.
I mean, yeah, so I was hearing you.
Yeah. So I think late game, it's a little more challenging sometimes to execute properly, especially with Phoenix. Like when I'm Night Stalker, it's easy. You know, I just kind of old BKB blink in and I just delete a support or two.
Is there a specific minute, generally speaking, you'd like me to fast forward to? Because I think these type of plays are a big problem, but if you want to discuss more late game, I'm fine to just skip to those. So.
I don't see the screen
Oh
anymore.
my god, because I've had to restart Dota like 10 times. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. We had a little discussion.
I was wondering why you were like, that makes sense. So like I saw that you had died top. This is where we resumed before, and then you ended up diving this guy bottom, and then
I see your banana thing. That's it.
maybe click it. It's definitely up now.
Okay, let me click it. Oh, now I see it. I'm an idiot.
Okay, all good. Discord's funky.
All right. Yeah, see, like I'm 9-1. I think I end 9-5. Like not great.
Yeah. So
But
what I was looking at is like for me, these are pretty big mishaps to like dive somebody solo underneath a tower and then die like this.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm wondering, because we have about like 20, 25 minutes. Do you want me to talk about this portion of the game, or do you want me to like fast forward to like 30, 35 minutes? Because for me, this is probably why you fell off, but I can look later if you want me to.
No, I this mistake I'm pretty well aware of. You don't have to explain it to me.
Okay.
Like I knew it the second I did it. It's like killing a CM is not worth it, especially when I'm worth so much gold.
Yeah, for me, a lot of times I ask people, if you know it's a mistake, why'd you do it? That's always the question I always like to ask.
Yeah, I just probably wasn't thinking, you know, chatting, and then I just, you know, I'm on like autopilot, like, oh, support, kill support, and then I'm like, oh, I'm under T2 solo. That was not the right move. There's fine. I got his BKB popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can even 4 times it, honestly. There. And my brother started doing much better after this point too. Like once the mid game started, he started doing well.
Okay, you guys just want to fight. Now what? What's going on in your brain?
I kind of want to take a tower and morph, but we actually don't really have tower damage though. Yeah, this is like an awkward part.
Yeah, so what would BSJ tell you to do right now?
Probably take over their jungle, put vision down.
I just want you to TP here and push a wave.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, I was gonna say take over bottom.
Yeah, so what we do is we set up for when our teammates are alive again to invade their farm aggressively. So we retreat while the enemy's dead. We like put ourselves here and we farm forward while they're dead. And then when they're alive, we're all like, you have 2 people here, 2 people here, and Dawnbreaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in my experience, I literally had a guy that's like 4,700 MMR playing mid, and I told him, man, when you guys win fights, I think 99% of Dota players would benefit from this simple knowledge or simple tip. Win a fight, just look at your lanes. If they're not fixed, go fix the lanes. If they're fixed, you can do something else. Like, it really is just that simple, I think. People just ignore lanes. And this is huge. This is a huge deal that these don't get pushed while the enemy's dead.
Yeah, because now they're alive and it's hard to ward.
Yeah, now it's hard to like go push the waves and separate. And this might be a time where somebody on your team dies.
Probably me.
And maybe it's because this is actually fine for now. I mean, these are the things that's really hard to explain to people how important they are, but I can just assure you guys, go push the lanes.
No, you're right, because now we're occupying their space, but we don't have vision down in advance.
And we don't have all of our people there either. Yeah.
Yeah, so now we can't take over their jungle. Yeah.
So for me, this is a really awkward fight. I probably would have... looks like it ends up going okay. So like, hey guys, I just used egg. I'm going to TP top now. That's what I would say now.
Yeah. Yeah. We were probably thinking like we could get a tower since we have Morph and 3 cores down. And my brother, he's like, why didn't anyone come and kill the Underlord? It's like, honestly, it's too hard. Yeah, but now they have 4. They're going to be back up.
The number one important thing when you're taking side lane towers, this one or this one, is that this wave gets pushed first. So somebody walks over here, cuts it, and then comes back. These are, for me, like, absolutely crucial lane fundamentals in terms of a lot of times these are the type of things that people, quote unquote, fall off the game because you're just missing like 900 gold in the last 2 minutes. It's a lot of gold.
Yeah.
And now your Windrunner has to go back and fix the wave, so you're like farming aggressively without him, and then you're gonna die.
Yeah, I hear.
This is literally because you didn't cut the wave at 26:49.
Yeah. Yeah, see, exactly. This is like where my game slows down. We end up winning. Like, I do all right, but my dominating is come to like a halt, honestly.
I think that if you were to... I gave this advice to somebody, and I want it to be taken in your own way. I would want to be able to cover the minimap on your screen at any given moment in the game, and you would tell me where the lanes are. Like,
True.
I don't think, based on what I'm looking at with your perspective, that you know where the lanes are at all times.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm not. That's one of my weaker points is being aware of the map.
Yeah, and it's a lot of this is like I've gotten to the point where I know before I end the fight where I'm gonna go. Like, if we win this fight, I already know the lanes are bad, so I'm gonna go fix a lane before the fight ends. You know, and I still do a brief check at the end. But like, this is stuff where you can kind of get a sense of like, it's almost like the temperature in the room. You just have an idea of like how much pressure is there, like who's got the momentum. And so when we get kills, we know we're doing it to relieve pressure or we're doing it to capitalize on our own pressure. And if we're the ones already pressuring, then we get towers. If we're doing it to relieve pressure, then we're getting lanes out. And so a lot of this also has to do with, I do think if you were to move around the map a bit more, starting around 15 minutes, the average pressure for you guys would be higher. It's not that it would like fix the problem, but it would be higher, you know, the average. So I'm just letting you know that for me, this is the most glaring. It is pretty noticeably like, I think you could do a lot better compared to what you're doing in the rest of the game. Meaning like there's much more room for improvement in this section of the game than in the rest for you. So you're going to go refresher. Hey, you miss waves a lot. This type of stuff is a really big deal that you have to like retreat on the map to get these. I would have wanted so. Oh, I guess you're actually farming your refresher. You're not trying to rush a fight.
Nah, yeah.
Okay, so you're...
I was like, I'd rather get the camp before the minute, and then just walk back 2 steps. All right. But see, like right there, I missed the fight. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, my question is, do you see your team doing this? Just TB top right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to miss this fight.
I know. Yeah. This is where it's like I'm not aware enough early. Like by the time I realized it was already gone.
Yeah, it actually lines up entirely with what I saw at like minute 8, which is you respond to plays, but you're not preemptively creating pressure. Which to preemptively create pressure, you have to be aware at all times what exactly the pressure is in the game. That you have to be aware of what you're doing in your lane. You have to be aware of what you could be doing in other lanes. You have to be aware of like what's basically brewing on the map right now. So, like, for me, I'm in the triangle right now, and my thought is I'm either going to go back here to chill, like, I'm just going to keep farming and chilling, and then make my way here, or if there's something brewing in the game, because I have ulti, and even though I don't quite have refresher, I'm still strong, I don't want to just not be in the game, then I'm going to be ready to react to it. So that's what I'm thinking about when this is happening. Are you just kind of vibing? Because I remember you being more of a viber. So, like, are you just vibing right now, or is there something else?
Kind of vibing, yeah. I was like, I'm close to refresher. I should have been more on top of the game state, though. That's it.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess for me, it's Is this something you were aware of before this session, or is this like news to you?
Yeah, this is probably one of my weaknesses, honestly. I think I'm pretty good technically. Like I'm good at like clicking buttons usually. I'm good at like fighting. I build pretty well. Um,
I agree with these things.
but yeah, the sometimes I just don't pay attention to like the game state and like the lanes and stuff as much as I should be. So I end up just not putting any pressure on, and then my team just dies like without me, like right now.
I guess my
And then I'll
concern.
go,
Oh, go ahead.
and then I'll go and like try to fix the problem too late, and it ends up getting worse.
Yeah, I guess my question is like, what can we do in the session today? Like, I hear you recognizing the problem. I just what's the action from here? Like,
I
what
feel
can?
like
Go ahead.
you're right. I should be TPing top, playing with my team on one half the map, and then just farming those top camps while my team's in the jungle. Then I can connect a lot easier.
No, I meant like, so that is I agree with the action in this exact case. I'm saying what's the action from here as a whole that you think, like, what can we do to help you do this more reliably? Like, just in
I
general,
think
be aware, like check in.
check the mini map more. Honestly, I think
Okay.
that's a big one.
And is there something we can do that will help you remember to check the minimap more often? Are you fine to just, do you trust that you'll do it if you're aware that that's a big problem, or like, is that all there is to it, you think? Because for me,
I think that's
go ahead.
a big part. And then, like you said, I just got to move around the map and make casual moves a little bit more, and like maybe sacrifice a tiny bit of farm, but exert more pressure, on the team.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, in your short term, I think it's going to cost you games, and that's just important to acknowledge. Because
Yeah,
you are going to be more dynamic, which means you're going to be more... You're basically taking more risks. So you're making more dynamic decisions, and you're going to be less familiar with the situations you put yourself in. So, like, here, same thing. I want you to TP mid. And then, like, connect back to your team.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty hard 5-manning, actually. This might be
Yeah,
just
I was
part
gonna.
of Q resulted thing, but this is definitely your biggest issue.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna take a tower. Why should I TP away? I get nervous doing that kind of thing
Is
with
it...
these lobbies.
What, I'm just telling you, the more you adjust your gameplay, you're actually going to become a way worser player.
I know, I know.
I get it. I get it, though. But it's also really important to acknowledge that...
Yeah, it's like they had two dead. They're probably not gonna take a fight. And like, if I shove a mid wave, I'm at the river. I'm not that far.
I mean, the
Yeah,
biggest thing about this is that I'm just hearing it, and maybe I'm projecting, but I'm hearing it a lot, that you're taking a lot of responsibility that's not yours.
yeah,
Like you can show your brother and anyone else you play with this coaching session, I need you to go do things that are just good in the game of Dota 2. And it means you might miss fights. And it also is on them to understand that these things are good, and to understand that if you TP away, they might need to wait 10 seconds to kill the tower. Like, the cost to your team is they need to be a bit more patient, because what happens is, it sounds like there's been some conditioning that's happened where you TP away when it's proper, they rush the play like you're there, and then they're like, why aren't you here?
exactly.
So, and that just needs to be known to everybody, that all you can do is say, I'm going to fix mid, I'll reconnect, be there in 15 seconds. And that's like perfect communication. But you can also say, I'll be like, I'm going to go fix mid, I'll reconnect, or like, I'm fixing mid. Like, any of that communication is good. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, we need. Oh, it's this weird dynamic, because when higher MMR players do things, it's triggering because we get flamed because our teammates don't understand us. And it is triggering, and it is like frustrating, because like I always tell people this. Back when I smurfed in actual like lobbies, when that, like, in actual games where that was like not considered horrible thing to do or whatever, when I like would go on 2K, like viewer 2K accounts and stuff, I would be educationally smurfing at 2K, and I would be getting flamed like by my teammates. And so I just want to point out that, you know, the empty can rattles the loudest, and that may be a bit harsh, but like there's a lot of times where people are going to play with higher MMR players and they just don't understand you. And that's fine. Like it's not meant to be, man, they are fucking so bad at this game. It's just, you know, especially for your brother, it'd be really helpful that he stops saying stuff like, why am I getting dove? Where's my help? Like, it's actually probably affecting you guys negatively over time. And because I see you too scared to just literally do things I know you know how to do.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go play solo, that will definitely fuck you up. It's not like this, you can't just flip this switch. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's probably the reverse too, like, he'll over TP or rotate as a mid sometimes if he's, like, playing
Yes.
OD.
That was exactly what happened when I told him, I said, like, you're trying to fix too many like, you're trying to do too many things in the game.
Yeah.
So he's trying to live up to, like, being better and being good enough in the game, and you're trying to, like, make it so,
Handhold.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the funny thing is that only happens when you care. So,
Yeah.
it's a sign that you guys both care a lot, but it definitely is something that I hope you can see in this game. It's like, it's kind of fucking you. You're asking how you fell off. I think you've missed 50 lane creeps in the last 12 minutes. Like it's like
Yeah,
a
you
lot
might
of
be
lane
right
creeps.
about that.
A lot of lane creeps. Yeah, let me force this. You have egg, you have a pressure. Very nice. So it's like same
Yeah.
thing, just walk mid. Push it out, come back to the team.
I was thinking we get a tower here, and they're 4 up, so I didn't wanna leave the lane when I have refresher.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, even then, that's like, I would want you to have like 1 or 2 heroes come with you then. Them are going top.
I think this part was fine because we were all on the same page about,
Yeah.
like, we're just gonna attack a lane. But the other times when we're not ready to push, like when Morph is dead, it's like, okay, if Morph is dead, we're not getting a tower. Period.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, and then it was like we're trying to hit a tower with our carry dead. We have no tower damage, and we end up just, you know, doing nothing for like 30 seconds. But there, I think, yeah, I should have egged there, but
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking like 20 seconds ago while you were talking, I'm like, are they gonna rush?
yeah, we should have roached. That was another big one. After we got the 2 lanes, like that's on me. I should have just been there with Roche and been a little more patient.
So here's my like prescription for you guys. I think the major part that your brother needs to work on is the early game. And I think we already kind of got a script for, you know, what I recommended, how you can help him. Because understanding these timings and getting off the ground and like, you're clearly good at that. Like I watched your game and you have like I can tell you're comfortable doing that. And you're even like purposely picking heroes that have a strong laning phase and high impact early. So for you, having that pregame discussion about what he plans to build first and how he plans to play the lane, and then don't worry about fixing it. Just talk about it after the game in regards to how it went during the game compared to what he thought would happen and how it worked out, and adjustments that you think he could make in that way. And like you said, he's open to taking feedback. We just need to create the kind of outline, the skeleton of how you're going to provide him with that feedback in a way that's just the most efficient with your guys' time. Because we don't want you to not have fun playing Dota because you're spending so much time discussing. But if we can put every 4 games you're playing, 5 games you're playing, there's an extra 20 minutes in there, 5 minutes pregame, 10, 15 minutes after, and you're just talking about the game, I think that'll have a significant impact on his long-term decision-making in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because you're already really good at that. We just need to kind of help transfer that knowledge
Yeah.
to him. Does that
Yeah,
make
and I need
sense
to
so far? Yeah.
Yeah, and I need to be less static.
Yeah, the less static thing, but I actually think the biggest issue is that we need to add intention to you helping him in the first 15 minutes, and then you need to be allowed to play the fucking game past 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah.
fearful of leaving your team behind. You're fearful of what's going to happen if you don't show up to the fight in time, because people are going to be less patient. They're not going to respond to you TPing to lanes nearly as well. These are things you probably don't have to worry about in your bracket, being like 2K MMR higher, right? Like, you just don't have to worry about, like, people are better. You're used to making moves that people understand better. So naturally, you're going to make high-level moves. And the majority of the time, not always, because it doesn't work this way, but the majority of the time, your move was correct and they didn't adjust. That's like just the nature of how it goes. There's going to be times you fuck up, but the majority of the time, that's how it is. And we need to not let that miscommunication lead to you adjusting down. Do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So we want that to be like, okay, this is going to happen because there's a mismatch in the pace of the game and the understanding of the macro of the map. I think you know this stuff. I think this is partially why you dipped like 1,000 MMR. Like, if you're making these sort of adjustments, because like you're literally like, yeah, I don't need to talk about this. Like, I just know. And for me, I'm just trying to identify, and it sounds like I'm on the right track of like what the root cause of you changing your default way of playing the map. And it does come down to being dynamic. It does come down to looking at other lanes and understanding like the pressure that's happening in them. But I also have to believe that that's not going to be the only fix. Like, the fix does have to be that line of communication of saying this is going to happen in our games, and that's okay. And you can't worry about being late to fights as long as you're communicating what you're doing. You know?
Yeah. This is true.
Because if you're worried about them, you're not going to play your hero. Like, I can tell you from firsthand, like, I've been there. You're not going to play your hero properly if you're worried about making sure they don't fuck up without you and making sure that you're not late to the fight because they're impatient or because they're not on the same page or whatever. It's going to just make you you are thinking way more than what your hero does, and then you can't play your hero because your brain capacity is exhausted, basically.
Yeah.
That's how I view it. So that would be my prescription for today's session. Was there any part of this game you'd like me to run back over real quick or check in on, or any
You can
last
just play
questions?
till the end.
Yeah,
You can just
sure.
play till the end. Yeah. I think it pretty much ends like about here.
A little bit of a
actually,
brief reaction here.
Yeah, I know. I was like, guys, we're 3 dead. You have Aegis, just don't fight. And they took a fight.
Morphling bot back.
And we kept telling this freaking morph, I was like, dude, he didn't morph into Slara for like 40 minutes. I was like, this is the most broken morph combo ever.
It is, yeah.
It's hard to explain that to people. Like some Peruvian or something. Finally, we like convinced him to do it one time. I think we end up winning here.
So this goes two-way street here. I'm just going to be honest listening to you talk. So if you're playing in lobbies with people lower than you, they're going to be upset with you for things they don't understand, and they're going to do things that are, in your eyes, stupid. And both of these things need to be okay.
Yeah, you're right. I know, I got to get less heated when the
And I understand. It's a very triggering dynamic. Dota's very triggering, and I'm just saying that, like, I'm sure people listening are like, damn, like, he's pissed. And it's just like, yeah, it's relatable. And I just want to draw attention to that these things fucking happen, and it's just what we do with that thing happening, which is like, yeah, this guy's super low skill. Like, I actually had to fight this for a while back when I was playing educational Smurf games. It felt even worse because it was with my community, and I'm like, God, what is this guy fucking doing? And I'm like, that was what I was screaming in my head. I wasn't actually saying it out loud. And a lot of it's just like, yeah, he's just not as good at Dota, and that doesn't have to be an ego thing. It's just like, it is what it is. He doesn't understand the game the way I play, and the thing is, people treat me like that when they're 14K and I'm 11K, and I'm like, dude, you're 3K MMR higher than me. You think about the game faster than I do. Chill the fuck out. Like, I don't say that to them, but like, it happens in all brackets, and it's just part of it is, it just is what it is. And I just bring it to your attention that it's like, yeah, man, I get that what this guy's doing is clearly stupid to you. We just got to be careful of what we do with that.
Yeah.
If I'm asking your brother to have a bit more understanding of what it's like to be the high MMR player, you have to have a bit more understanding of what it's like playing with you, which is intimidating, I'm sure.
Yeah, pretty used to it by now. But yeah, you're right. You just can't succumb to playing worse because you're playing with worse you have worse
Exactly.
teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a dynamic that's there. It exists.
And then you just have to over-explain it to them. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go fix lanes. Just don't push.
Yep. Maybe
For
just
10
yeah, a little
seconds.
bit extra thing of like, that means I'm not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, not all,
Yeah.
there's no, you can't infer things or imply things. You have to just lay it out. Yeah. And you guys end up winning it from here, I assume. You guys
I, yeah, I
dominate,
think
guys.
I think we
Okay,
end up winning it here.
cool.
So you can see I started off like 8-0, and I'm 9-5
Yeah, you
now.
literally,
So,
yeah, you were 9-1, and then now you've died 4 times.
yeah, exactly.
But I think we covered mainly, in my eyes, what the
Yeah.
root issues
You,
are.
you can check my brother's build real quick before for
Yeah,
I think it was
I like the build.
yeah.
Makes sense
So
for
yeah,
Jftunkle's
exactly. So I think it's just
for
his
sure.
early game. Like his itemization after that is usually pretty good.
Yeah, this looks
And
fine.
we usually discuss about big items, so I'm usually pretty on board.
It's much
Like,
more
am I going
interesting
big?
to discuss this stuff than it is to nitpick laning stage, and that's why most people in my experience are skipping that part.
Yeah, they're like, do I buy a no pals, man?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
much
that
more.
part
It's
never
not
gets
nearly as
talked about.
exciting as like, do I buy a Daedalus or a MKB? Like those are much more interesting decisions, meaning like
Yeah,
flashy. So I just find I have to tell people, let's remember the basics. Most of the people below like 5k MMR, it's a lot of laning stage stuff. Even if that's not what you want to hear. But yeah. Anything else before we wrap it up today, man?
nah, that's good. Thank you.
Sweet. Awesome, man. I enjoyed
Yeah,
the session.
yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you. Yeah,
coming.
me too. Yeah. If you fix this, how what do you think the ceiling is at the current gameplay before I need to take another step?
The ceiling?
Yeah.
What do you mean by before you take another step?
I'm just saying I fixed the let's say I fix a couple of these things here. How much improvement do you think that will get me before I need to fix something else? Or this
I
or
mean,
something
I
I have to work.
personally think moving on the map dynamically is a very long process because
Yeah,
there's
that's
a
true.
lot of nuance to it. There's a lot of um, variable scenarios. So, like, theoretically, I'm not saying you have to come back for coaching, but theoretically, if you came back in 2 months for coaching, I would expect it to be the same subject because
Gotcha.
there's no way you're done with it. Like, I think
Yeah.
you could be working on moving around the map more dynamically. The stuff with your brother, that could theoretically be fixed pretty quickly. Theoretically. Like, making sure you guys just have an open line of communication, adjusting the expectations, going from there. That could be fixed pretty quickly. But when you're moving around the map dynamically and applying pressure in multiple places and removing the, like, it's funny, I have I have a mixture of people who think too much, and I have you who's a more vibing player. So we just need to insert the you do a good job when you're sitting in the same part of the map, but you're not really keeping tabs on the other parts of the map and how they can be walked at by you casually. And you say you kind of end up in random places. And so I just want to point out that there is a lot of brain power that would have to be expended to. You're basically tripling your awareness to some degree because you're thinking about both the other two lanes as well. And it's more like you're aware of exactly what's going on in yours. It's more like doubling because you're exactly aware of what's going on in yours and you're kind of vaguely keeping up with what's going on in the other two. Um, so it's more like doubling, maybe like 60% increase. So I just mentioned that like that's a long road. I would think the ceiling there is maybe 7 8k. Like if you really get good at that, that would be like the ceiling of that skill. I can't give exact number, but I do think it's a sizable portion of MMR. Um,
No. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. All
Sweet man.
right. Maybe I'll see you at 7 or 8K. That'd be
See
cool.
you there. Yeah. I'll meet you there. I'll dip down a bit. So
Yeah, no, I gotta see you at like 13, 14. What's going on, dude?
I just haven't had too much time to play lately, but I'll get there.
I,
Don't
I, I
worry.
had a feeling. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a grind when you get to that
it is.
your spot.
It
It's
is.
like okay, even if I win all like 60% of my games, it's still gonna take every 5 games I go up one game. You know, it's it take you a while.
It does. It does indeed. But yeah, man. Thanks for signing up. I'll see you guys around. Are you guys already in
See
the
you around.
community, or are you guys have you joined the
I'm
dojo?
not sure. How do I join?
Uh, Let me send you the link for the page that
Yeah, send it to me.
I'll send it to you after. I'll send it to you after the session. So I'll send it to you.
Why? You trying to get beat down in a Smurf lobby?
Uh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
honestly, it'd be awesome to have you in there. But
Yeah,
no, man.
I'll join
Yeah,
whenever you play. But when do you usually do them?
I do them every 2 weeks on Sunday is what we're aiming for. They haven't been like we're currently creating the system to have them come out every 2 weeks.
Got you. And what is it? It's like an in-house game?
Yeah, effectively an in-house game.
Got you.
That's up. I missed the H, but yeah, that's the link.
Yeah. All
You'll have to
right.
sign up
So
for our free email newsletter. We'll be sending you one every 3 weeks too. But yeah, man. I'll let you go from there, and I'll see you around. Hopefully, both
I
of you and your brother in
appreciate
the
it.
community. See you, man.
Yeah. So I just joined the Discord and I'm done.
Yeah. Join the Discord, and then you can. I'll show you real quick what you need to do. You. Let me share my proper
I
screen with you.
joined the I joined your beta.
Yeah. Let me just show you real quick. In Discord, when you go to the server, you need to right-click this to show all channels.
One sec. I
All
need
good.
to do
I'll
right
show my
click.
Twitch stream this as a way to advertise as well.
I'm doing your little
Little little survey at the
your
start.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so I'm in here.
Yeah, so right click the server and show all channels.
The server. Show all channels. Okay.
Yep. And then at the very top of the rules get access, you just need to react to that message of unlock server access. That's just to prevent bots. Yep, I see it.
Okay.
And then last thing, scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's
Yeah.
a BSJ content section.
Oh, join Ed Smurf.
Yeah, and then just react with that heart thing and you'll get in there. Awesome. You're
So
in.
you do it on Sundays at what time usually?
Around we're gonna maybe adjust it. Right now it's like 9 a.m. Eastern, but we're probably moving it to 3 p.m. Eastern. So
Yeah, that's a lot better
yeah,
since I
that's
usually
probably
go
what
out
we're doing. So
Saturday.
yeah. But yeah, man.
All right. I mean, if I'm up, I'll join.
Sweet, man. I'll see you
All
around the
right.
server.
Thank you.
Peace.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.